All right, YouTube, what is going on? It is Zaya here from Zaya&TheSteelers back with another video. And in today's video, I am going to be reacting to a video I made 4 months ago titled Bold Predictions Before the Steelers Season Begins. I'm actually really excited to watch this. In fact, I'm going to give this a like right now. I'm actually really excited to watch this because I do remember making this video. And it's crazy how fast time flew, man. It's crazy how fast this season went by. But here we are. We got to make it. The Steelers are officially out. We did not win a Super Bowl. We did not accomplish our goals. And so this is a bit of an early one. I was expecting to make this in, maybe February. But here we are in January. I'm making it. Before we get into it, though, if you guys are fans of the Pittsburgh Steelers and enjoy videos about them, or you're an NFL fan in general, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. We're at 400 subscribers. Thank you guys again. Video, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what I had to say. All right, YouTube, what is going on? It is Zaya here from Zaya&TheSteelers, and welcome back to another. Do you guys see my webcam on here? You see like how saturated it is? I remember trying stuff with this. I was like turning up the saturation and whatnot. That didn't continue. Also, we're on the bottom now instead of the top left. Just already, you can see the progression already. And I kind of got the same intro. Another video. From Zaya&TheSteelers, and welcome back to another video. This video is something I literally thought of at work today on the fly. We might have to
when
speed
seeing
this up.
this tweet.
Let's talk faster.
Before I start though, if you are a Steelers fan or you enjoy NFL content, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I was thinking about putting the subscribe to not subscribe picture on
the
here.
subscribe to not. Guys, hit that subscribe button for past Isaiah, man, and hit it for present Isaiah. Hit the subscribe button. I'm going to do it.
Just look at it, guys. Like, hit that subscribe button if you're rolling. But all right, anyway, I had this idea at work today, spawned from this tweet. Steelers offensive coordinator Matt Canada tabbed as head coach candidate.
This right here, I mean, guys, like this is what I'm seeing in the preseason, and here we are now in January 2024. We saw how stuff happened. I was spitting when I made this video and saw this tweet, because this right here is a crazy tweet. Shout out to Blitzburg. I don't believe they're the ones who's saying this. Is actually a link from Steelers Now. I didn't end up ever watching this video or this link. I didn't end up clicking it, and so I never really read it. It probably wasn't real, but just the headline of it all. And if you guys remember that preseason, bro,
which I mean, we'll get to how crazy that is, right? But as you know, the Week 1 season is about to kick off. The Steelers are about to kick off and play their first game today. The Lions
full screen, yeah, I'm gonna full screen
for the first game. So football is officially back. However,
the Lions and Chiefs played the first game, and here they both are in their conference championships, bro.
The Steelers have yet to play a game, and so likely this is the last chance I will be able to get out my final thoughts, final predictions, final hot takes for the season. And
I hope this sounds good, by the way. It's kind of live on the fly. I feel like I'm quiet. I always feel like I'm quiet. Hopefully this sounds good.
I wanted to do it. So not only am I going to make the predictions and hot takes or whatever and just let you know how I'm feeling as of this moment, September 8th, 2023, I'm going to eventually react to this video and see if I was right in my feelings or see if I was wrong in my feelings. So,
we here.
Hello, future Isaiah.
Yo, we here.
Comment. Hello, future commenter.
Let's go.
Timestamp.
I knew I was going to come back
to time capsule. You ever seen that Nickelodeon time capsule? I think it's actually supposed to get open soon. Am I wrong?
I have seen that Nickelodeon. I don't think they're opening it.
But yeah. So starting out, Matt Canada tabbed as a head coach candidate. Insane. This is an insane tweet to leave up here. I know you guys have just been seeing it like, what? And to be fair, I haven't read the article, and I'm not going to read the article because this is crazy. But is it crazy is the question, because as of September 8th, 2023, Matt Canada is back from the dead.
Oh, man. Gunshot for Matt Canada back from the dead, bro.
Matt Canada has me very excited to watch the Steelers offense. Now, of course, it's not just Matt Canada. It is the Kenny Pickett's of the world. It's the George Pickens of the world. It's the Najes, the Jalen Warrens, the Darnells, the Pat Fryermuths. Like, it isn't just Matt Canada. However, we know Matt Canada has been getting absolutely hated on. We know Matt Canada, as of last season, was the worst thing since moldy bread, like the best.
All right, guys, listen, I was wrong. I was tricked by Matt Canada in the preseason, but I got to be honest, I wasn't the only one tricked. I wasn't the only one hype about Matt Canada, but I wasn't even hype, bro. Guy, let me defend myself here. I wasn't even hype. I was just like, bro, okay, like I got to hope for the best. Like, of course, I wasn't like, yay, we're bringing Matt Canada back. I wasn't just excited about it, but I was excited just for us to progress. I just thought, after 3-4 years, after a new quarterback, after multiple quarterbacks, after Ben, Mitch, now Kenny, after all the positions that we've drafted, after all the pieces that we acquired, I thought somehow, some way Matt Canada could like actually be an offensive coordinator. I thought his plays would work. I was tricked. I was tricked. It happens. It definitely does happen. Very tough though. Very tough though.
Thing since sliced bread. He was the worst thing since moldy bread.
Still is.
Everybody wanted him out. When we decided to keep him, it was like, what are we doing? We're trying to lose.
Right.
Fast forward a whole offseason, a whole draft, a whole training camp, whole 3 preseason games. And now we're writing articles about Steelers offensive coordinator Matt Canada tabbed as a head coach candidate. So
they were, hey man, you see, I can see why past Isaiah was saying this, bro, because like you see the article and like once again the preseason.
I'm not going to make this prediction of him being a head coach. Once again, if this is like actually true, if this is, you know, if SteelersNow.com, if this is like legit, then shout out to Matt Canada. However, I'm not really focused on that. What I am focused on is I am excited for the offense. So I'm going to pull out, as you can see, the handy dandy notepad right here.
Oh, not the notepad. I really don't think I even saved this note.
Excited for the offense. Look how fast I type. Excited for the offense slash.
No, Isaiah, don't.
Wanna see how Matt
Canada
does. I gotta free up storage space. Gotta see how Matt Canada.
Oh, I still gotta free up storage space.
Is that how you spell Canada? No, it is not.
That is not how you spell Canada, Isaiah.
Canada. There we go. Excited to see, or slash, want to see how Matt Canada does.
Hold on, man. You know,
no, it is not Canada.
You know, I've tried to kind of give myself bail here. I've tried to. Boy, I was tricked, man. There's nothing else to say. I was tricked. I was excited. You know, I was excited. I thought we were going to run more. I thought the run game was going to look how it did at the end of the season, this season. Although the run game in 2022, it's 2022. The run game in 2022, the season prior to this one, I felt like that was kind of turning up at the end as well. And like we would turn it up at the end and then we just plummeted back down again. Like we were turning up and then plummeted. And then this season, kind of the same way, we were turning up near the end. Granted, it's with a Mason Rudolph and, you know, interim offensive coordinator, so maybe that won't even carry over. But, you know, I was excited, bro.
There we go.
Kill
excited
me.
To see her
Sue
I want
me.
to see how Matt Canada does.
My bad.
So that is the first thing. That is definitely the biggest question mark with our team as a whole is what are we going to look like on offense? In preseason, of course, we came out flying. Of course, Kenny Pickett looked great. George Pickens looked great. Jalen Warren looked great.
Kenny Pickett, too. That's another thing I was kind of cringing at given where we are in life. I'm not too much on Kenny Pickett, though. But
we got to see how it actually looks in the regular season. Now, I'm reacting to this video, like the video I'm making now. I'm going to react to this at the end of the season. So I don't want us to, let's say, maybe stink it up against the 49ers. And it's like, oh my God, we did stink it up against the 49ers. We're back. Matt Canada stinks.
Oh, man.
We can't use that game as the judgment mark. However,
we certainly did.
Week 4, week 5, if we're still looking like some trash, then yeah. Matt Canada, you fooled us, you know?
Yeah, he fooled us, man. He fooled us.
Right now, as of this very moment, I am actually excited to watch us on offense, and it has not been like that for a while. For a while, it has been literally the horriblest of horrible on offense.
It has, man.
And I know you guys are feeling that too. We can try to
see. Look at me. I'm putting it on you guys, not just me. See, I knew that this was. Yeah, it's you guys too, man. We were all excited. We were all happy.
Try to mask it. Try to disguise it. But Matt Canada is blowing you guys away too. And I don't know. We're all at Matt Canada. I'm looking at you. You're looking at me. Matt Canada. We are all excited to watch you coach the hell out of our offense. And we're willing. I'm willing to everything I said in the past. Fuck it. If you want to forgive me, it's up to you. But me, I'm going to forgive you if we can just have a competent offense. If we can have a competent offense, you can go head coach anybody you fucking want, except for the Steelers, because we're not going to get rid of Mike Tomlin.
Are we going to get rid of Mike Tomlin?
But yeah, go ahead, be a head coach. Like if you got it like that, if Matt Canada does this, then hey, you know, all power to him. Matt Canada becoming an NFL head coach, given the context we've had of this guy for the past 2 seasons, just absolutely insane. Like, I don't know what is crazier, right? If Matt Canada becoming a head coach, right, from the context that we have, Matt Canada becoming a head coach, or Kenny Pickett being a first-round draft pick prior to that senior season. We know what happened that senior season. He turned up and really...
Damn, like, what is crazier? Matt Canada? I still don't... Not too much on Kenny Pickett, man. It's crazier for Matt Canada to get hired as a head coach than it was for Kenny to get drafted in the first round.
Rose up the draft board.
Not too much.
I don't think Kenny was going to be a first-round pick without that season. Probably still would have got in the league somehow, but I don't think a first-round pick. Right. And so I don't know what's crazier, Kenny or that, because I did not see Kenny Pickett coming the way he came. Pause. And Matt Canada, I didn't see this coming. Like, I knew we had the pieces. I've been saying it in video over and over and over again, that we have all these weapons, but we can't fucking score. It has to be Matt Canada is the problem. And so,
you know, doesn't it? Right?
So with that said, we got to wait for the regular season, but I am excited. Matt Canada, you're still on the hot seat. You're still, you know, one or 2 mistakes away from, you know, all this being discredited, and it's back to boo Matt Canada.
Bro, did we boo Matt Canada or what? Hey, man. So I was at what was it, week 2? I was at the week 2 game against the Cleveland Browns. Week 2, second week of the season. And bro, Fire Canada was raining down. If you guys watched on TV, I'm pretty sure you heard it was so loud in the stadium. People were going to the White House for weeks talking about Fire Matt Canada, like people were doing it. So yeah, it didn't go well, and I was kind of spitting though.
But for right now, I think you got a chance. Right now, I think you got it. Now,
He had a
something
chance.
else
He
I
did
want to
have a
talk
chance.
about that I'm feeling right now before the season starts, which this is probably a less of a hot take, I guess. But I think our running game, I think the duo of Najee and Jalen Warren, I think that is going to not only be the best part of our team, but I think it is going to be one of the better running back duos in the league.
I was spitting. I was literally clapping up for 4 months ago, man. I was spitting.
I'm going to go ahead and pull up my channel here.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, my goodness. Guys, like right live on the fly, I didn't even know this was going to pop up. So this was 4 months ago. We were at 129 subscribers. We're now at 402 as of this moment. So thank you to you guys, man. That's so crazy.
Promotion 129 subscribers. I'm going to pull up my channel here because Najee Harris and Jalen Warren, the best.
I love this stuff. Random fun fact. How long are we into this video? We're already 11 minutes into this video. If you guys are still watching, you guys want to see this, I like this thumbnail. I really did like this thumbnail. It was definitely more of like a, kind of showing how Jalen Warren is producing as an undrafted player versus Naj, the first round pick. Wasn't really going as crazy. But since then I've gotten over the whole Naj thing. I love Naj now. Naj is the greatest running back ever. So ignore that. I like this thumbnail, man. I like
my channel here because Najee Harris and Jalen Warren, the best running back duo in the NFL. I'm not gonna go ahead and stand on that.
Stand on it, Isaiah. Stand on it.
The best.
Oh my God! Look how many Isaiahs are on the screen right there's 4 Isaiahs on the screen right now.
In the NFL, I'm not gonna stand on that. However, I really think Naj and Jalen Warren are going to be the focal point of our team, and I think our running game is going to be so good, and we're going to be so excited that it's even going to take away from the Kenny Pickett praise that I'm gonna get to in a second, because I think Kenny.
Oh no, Isaiah, don't do that.
Pickett's going to play really well this year too. But I just think our running game will be all caps legit.
Legit. Then, it was so legit. All caps, 3 exclamation points. It was.
/ I'm gonna throw this in here. I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna leave it. All right.
He's cooking.
So our running game will be legit. / Jalen Warren will get more snaps over time. What I really want to say,
that's true, right there. That's true. I'm probably about to fuck it up right here with my talking here, but this statement right here is true. Our running game was legit, and Jalen did get way more snaps over time. But I mean, this is like the minus 500 prediction, right? Like, should I give myself enough credit for? Should I give myself credit for this? I'm giving myself credit for the Jalen Warren thing. Now, obviously, he's the player. He's the guy really doing it, so it's all on him. But I just remember that preseason. I remember that first preseason, and I was like, bro, this guy is a guy. And I remember like nobody else was killing Naj. Like it kind of got to the middle of the season or beginning of the season. Nobody was really like violating Naj or like talking bad about Naj to the degree that I thought was necessary, man, because Jalen Warren was snapping like 8 yards a carry at the same time Naj was getting like 2. Now we know, the combination is deadly. Now we know if we stop running to the outside with Naj and run up the middle, that really helps. And so, I was a bit frustrated at that time. But now, I like them both. They're both vibing. But Jalen Warren is definitely a guy, man. I love Jalen Warren. I love Naj.
Jalen Warren will become the lead ball carrier. However, I don't want to stand on that. I know just saying that it's like, oh, you hate Naj. Naj is the worst running back ever. So I don't want to stand on that. However, the EA app needs to restart now. Come on.
Oh, the EA app.
The Jalen Warren has been one of my favorite players. As soon as I saw him in the preseason, I
was man, I be telling the same stuff. I got to get new lines.
Is legit. Two preseasons ago, and so I've been a Jalen Warren guy. And when Naj was playing bad earlier, I was saying, "Yo, what's going on, guys? We got to play Jalen Warren more."
I'd be
fast forward to this preseason, and I think we're all in. I think we're all in on Jalen Warren.
Yes, sir.
And I think we're all in on Naj too. But we've been in on Naj. We've been in on Naj.
We have.
So now I think we're all in on Jalen Warren, and not Jalen Warren over Naj, of course, but just the duo, just the fact that it's two.
I was trying to push the narrative. I'm not gonna lie. I was trying to push the narrative. I was trying to, big Jalen Warren guy. But once again, like we got to. Yeah, I got to defend myself here. Like, if you guys watched, everybody watching knew what was going on, man. Everybody who saw the runs kind of knew in the back of their head man, Naj is like not doing that, bro. Like Jalen is bugging right now. Now, you know, I know Naj is great, and here we are now. We're vibing Naj, but just at this point in time, it was like Jalen's just not really playing. And when he does come in, like he's bugging, you know, like that was the case. Now we know he gets snaps, and it's a bit fair now. It's fair now.
Two. The fact that it's 2, that's what I really wanted. That's what I should put there. The fact that it's 2.
It is 2.
If later in the season, if at the end of the season,
I gotta bring the gunshot
at the end of the
back.
season, it's Naj getting 100% of the carries and Jalen Warren, whether injury excluded. But Jalen Warren just doesn't get to play for some reason. If he's not really competing with Naj for snaps, then you know maybe I'm wrong and I'll take it. But I think we're going to be switching the running backs out, and it's going to be a legit 1-2 punch. And I think Naj is going, because he's the stronger, more physical back. I think of course he'll get more, and you know listed RB1. He'll get more snaps,
right?
But I think it's gonna be like 20-10, you know. Or 25-15 if we can run that much. You know,
you know, we might have a game with 25-15 splits. Yo, Isaiah was cooking, bro. We can't ignore this.
I think Jalen Warren.
We can't ignore this.
A very, very big piece of this offense. And going into the season next year, we're going so far ahead. But going into the season next year, hey man, I think that spot's up for grabs. I don't know though. You know, it is a duo.
Is it? You know, is it up for grabs? I do think that. And this is just, I think having Jalen on the early downs, while the defense isn't as tired, while, you know, they're not used to the pacing of Naj, and then you throw out Jalen and it's like spooky. I really do think handing it to Jalen on early downs versus late downs could prove to be better. But I understand Naj, like the ground and pound, and then you set it up for Jalen to just run 20 in 1 second, you know? So I get that, but I think Jalen on the early downs next year should be a thing.
And I keep saying it's a duo, but I don't know, man. I'm a big Jalen Warren fan. Not to say I hate Naj, not to say that
you're saying it, Isaiah. Just say it. You know, I was saying it, bro.
Get rid of Naj. But I think our offense just plays very good with Jalen Warren. However, let me stop with the Jalen Warren praise, because this is about both of them.
Right.
I think Naj will be great too. I also think the addition of Isaac Semaleo. I think the addition of
Samala. I was saying Semaleo for like 4 months. It's Samala.
Of Darnell Washington. Broderick Jones isn't starting yet, but Dan Moore will, you know, he's doing his thing.
Broderick played fantastic, and Darnell Washington played very fantastic in the blocking game too.
We're building on the line, and I think this year the line is at its best since Naj has sniffed the NFL. Like our line is miles ahead of what it once was.
That's true.
And you couple that with maybe a more explosive passing game because of the boy Matt Canada. You couple that with Jalen Warren running the lights off. You couple that with Kenny Pickett just being a guy. I think Naj is gonna freaking do his thing too. I think Naj is gonna break out. I think he'll have the over 4 point whatever. I think over 4 yards carrying per carry, because that's been like a huge thing with like that's how everybody kills him. Is they look at his average yards per carry or whatever the stats called, and it hasn't been good. But I think this year we'll break that. And to be honest, I just thought of this like just now, like on the fly. No. It's not about me hating Naj, all right? It's about me loving.
Oh my goodness, Isaiah, get over it.
Jalen Warren.
This is ridiculous.
That's really the main point. Like Jalen Warren, it was just one of those things where I see number 30 out there, and I was like, "Is that James Conner?" And I was like, "Wait, no, James Conner left. That's Jalen Warren. Like that's a new guy." And like,
Jalen Warren, if you see this video, bro, like I need an autograph, bro. Like this is ridiculous. You see what I'm doing? This was like 8 minutes of Jalen Warren. Like come on, bro.
If you saw that,
this is ridiculous.
2022 preseason, man, he was flying. Anthony McFarland too. So shout
out to Anthony McFarland.
Anthony McFarland in the running game. All of our running backs. Shout out to the running game. I really think that's going to take off. So I mentioned this, of course, a little earlier.
No.
But the next thing I'm very excited for is year 2 of Kenny Pickett. Because we got his stats right here. As we know, the stats on paper just don't look the greatest. But we know we ended the season way better than we started it. We know game log. Okay, fuck me. We know we ended the season way better than what we started. And these 9 interceptions, I want to say like 7. Okay, fuck me. We know we ended the season way better than we started it. We know game log.
That's so funny.
Okay, fuck me. We know we ended the season way better than what we started. And these 9 interceptions, I want to say like 7 of them came in the first 2 or 3 starts. So like. It isn't that crazy. Man. The 7 touchdowns is horrible, and we really need to see more. We go back to Matt Canada,
We did not see more.
Head coach candidate. Last season, this is what he was capable of with his rookie quarterback. So we'll see about that. However, I think Kenny will take a huge leap this year. So I'm going to stand on it, too. I'm going to stand on this. I'm going to type it.
What are you doing?
Kenny Pickett.
Isaiah,
will have. Damn, I can't type. Kenny Pickett will have
oh my God,
at least 30
touch. No, 30. Oh my God.
Boom. 30 isn't that bad, man.
30 is horrible for Kenny. He did not have 30 touchdowns.
We got the weapons. We got Freiermuth. We got Deontay. We got
boy.
Pickens. We got Calvin Austin. And we got Steelers offensive coordinator Matt Canada, the head coach candidate, as our offensive coordinator. Kenny Pickett, in the most passing of passing leagues, how can you not get 30 touchdowns? The only way Kenny Pickett doesn't get 30 touchdowns this year is we refer back to number 2. Our running game will be legit and the best part of our team.
Right.
And we're just touchdown running back merchants. You know, we're just at the goal line in the red zone. We're running it the whole time, you know?
Low key we are. Low key. Hey.
That is the only way to me. Kenny Pickett doesn't find himself with at least 30 touchdowns this year.
At least.
Maybe 30 is a little high, but we're trying to make some money here. You know, 25 is probably the real line, but I'm going to say 30, a nice high number. I'm going to say 30. I mean, there's also, of course, if Matt Canada is actually just the worst,
he is the worst.
Also, of course, if Kenny Pickett himself is the worst. And
Kenny Pickett is fantastic. Kenny Pickett is the 2021 ACC champion and 3rd place Heisman finalist vote.
No, a lot of people are still having some question marks. I know
a lot more people are having questions.
A lot of people still aren't sure. To be honest, listen to that. To be honest, I'm not the sure.
Isaiah, just say it. Just say it, bro. I don't want to say it, but just say it.
All right.
I don't want to say it.
I love Kenny.
I do love Kenny.
It's amazing that this guy's here, and this guy plays very inspirationally. And watching him is like watching a feel-good family movie. It's like, oh, nice. You know, that's what it's like watching Kenny Pickett. However,
it is.
I don't know. I really don't know if this guy is going to be this elite level quarterback. We talked about maybe he will be, but I just don't know. But when has scared money ever made money?
Oh boy,
let me get a gunshot for that because I'm feeling that.
But
when has scared money ever made money?
Yeah, I feel like that was scared money making money. I feel like that was like a Steelers quote here at the end of the season. So I'm taking credit for that at least.
So I'm gonna stand on it. Kenny Pickett, 30 touchdowns. I'm gonna stand on it even more.
Oh no,
Kenny Pickett, more passing touchdowns than Deshaun Watson.
Oh man, if Kenny, oh my God, if Kenny wasn't just the worst, bro, I would have had. How many did Deshaun have this year? Was I spitting with that? Hold on, let me look this up now. Deshaun Watson. Oh, I spelled that all types of wrong. Deshaun Watson, stats. 7 touchdowns. I mean, he beat him he's tied last year. What about Kenny? What about Kenny Pickett? Man, I really cannot. It's because I'm recording. I get scared, bro. Hey, man, I was this close. Man. I was so close. 6-7, man. 6-7. Hey, Isaiah, you almost
Kenny
had
Pickett.
him. You almost
more
had
pass.
him.
All right, I got it. Overall point. I don't want to tell people Kenny Pickett is going to be this elite level quarterback and then he's not, you know? However, I really, really think he can do all the things necessary, right? And on top of that, he has the clutchest of clutch genes. I've seen it in
he does. Isaiah, you're spitting, bro.
College too. Like, it's not even just last season. Even in college, when we were down, when we needed a play to happen, Kenny Pickett, well, he just took it himself. Kenny Pickett, I refer back to Clemson in 2021, Pitt versus Clemson.
I'm talking about guys. I see why everybody's so down on Kenny Pickett. I get it, because there's the Penn State thing. People hate him, and we got the stats: 7 touchdowns. People hate him, and then his defenders, his number 1 defenders, like me, we're pulling out Clemson in 2021 to compare with the NFL Pittsburgh. So, I get it. I was excited, and this year definitely to me was like way down from the rookie year. We talk about injury. We talk about, maybe he was hurt throughout the season. I think he was hurt throughout the season. But there was definitely a regression. Like, there's just no question about that. There was definitely a regression from the rookie season. But at the point I said this, I was spitting, and I'm gonna,
Clemson was definitely, falling off at that point, but they were still a pretty good, relevant-y team. And Kenny willed us to that victory.
He did.
Kenny, if you've seen his jersey after the game, it looked like Any Given Sunday or something. Like, it was crazy. Kenny literally just put his head down and got it. We looked to the Raiders game, won that game. We looked to the second Ravens game.
Didn't we beat the Raiders again?
Won that.
We beat the Raiders again.
The ACC
and we beat the Ravens this
championship. He pulled out the fake slide. This is a guy who pulls out a fake slide, like, because he just had, what is it, intangibles? Is that what that is?
Yo, I'm so nasty, bro.
Moxie, is that what that is?
Moxie?
Cheating, is that what that is? We won't talk about that. You know what I mean? All those
that is
words,
a Moxie.
Like, someone to think of that on the fly, a fake slide to get a touchdown, like, I don't know, man. There's a word for that. There definitely is a word for that, and that's our
Mid
quarterback.
That's
and so
the
I
word.
really think with coupling the I don't want to say average, but you know, the standard arm, I guess, the standard arm strength.
Oh my God, bro. Yeah, guys, I've explained myself over and over. I like Kenny Pickett, man. I'm sitting here talking about the standard arm. Hey man, I was fooled. That preseason, bro.
Ability to make passes. Like, I don't think he's excelling over people, but I also don't think he's like that far behind people as well. Like, I think he has the averagest of you know, arms and passing abilities, right?
Bruh.
But he is the clutchest of the clutch. Like, I think top 10 clutch right now, top 5 clutch quarterback right now. I'll stand on that. Yeah, I'll say it.
Isn't he though? Like, hey, I was right about that.
And so you couple
Kenny be
both of
winning.
those things with plethora of weapons. You couple those things with
Plethora is a little high. Plethora is definitely a big word for that. Ben Johnson. Hey, you guys see this at the? Oh, you guys can't see it. Maybe if I undo it. Okay, so you can kind of see it's behind this full screen thing. I just made a video talking about like offensive coordinators. If you guys haven't seen that, definitely go check that out. But Ben Johnson is another guy, you know, who maybe we get as an OC. It doesn't make sense in this video, but if you guys are fans of the channel, you watch every video, it'll make sense to a different video. Ben Johnson is another guy who maybe we should look at. Sorry, I just noticed that down there.
Matt Canada, you know, head coach candidate. You couple that with our running game is going to be legit, and I think Kenny Pickett has a big year. 30 touchdowns, take it or leave it. And then the last thing
we left it
to talk about, I've said it numerous times, but the last thing is the goal, the standard this year.
Oh man.
And any year until it happens. I mean, it's a Super Bowl. We know that. But
right.
The standard is the playoffs. And it's not enough to make the playoffs anymore. Kenny Pickett, maybe because we have a rookie or second-year quarterback and a young team, maybe you can say, okay, playoff berth, cool. But I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the playoff berth and one and done.
Man.
We need a playoff win.
We did the same shit again.
With that said,
we did it again.
I'm going to kind of caveat this.
Right.
If we make the playoffs, and we're not playing the fucking 0-1 Chiefs at this point. Ha Chiefs. If we're not playing like a
Chiefs are in the AFC Championship. That's what I get for making. That's my fault.
Juggernaut, and the context isn't we squeezed our way in after being horrible, but then Mike Tomlin effect, and we win the last 4 or 5 games. Like, if it's
that's what happened.
If it's that and we just get stomped, then it's like, okay, that was supposed to happen, right? But if we get in with, like, let's say maybe even we win our division, but if we get in as like a relevant-y team, if we get in as a team that's been good all year, and which I think we will be because of our schedule, because of our improvements, if we get in as a team that has been good all year, and we get not the craziest matchup, like, I like us against, I don't want to say the Chiefs because they just keep beating us in the playoffs, so I won't say them, but I like us against Jacksonville.
We lost to them.
I like us against the Bills, like, not to say we're gonna win that game, but I don't think I think we got a chance against the Bills, to be honest. Maybe even more, but I'll leave it.
We did have a chance. We had a chance, and the Bills, you guys just lost too. So
there. So I think we got a chance against the Bills. I mentioned the Jaguars. I think we got a chance against every team in our division. So there's
hey man,
all 3 of those teams. What other divisions are the AFC? Like the Dolphins. Like, I think we should have beat the Dolphins last year.
If we caught them at the right time, we maybe could have beat them. But like early in the season, the Dolphins would have hung like 70 points on us, lowkey.
So I think we got a chance against them. The Jets, like,
hey, the Jets suck.
I mean, maybe, but we should have won that game too.
We should have.
Well, they have Aaron Rodgers now, so it is what it is. But just to say, I like our chances. Like, I don't think we're just gonna get steamrolled. I don't think it's just gonna be a blowout. And if we go into the playoffs with some real momentum, if we go into the playoffs with the thinking in our mind that we can win this game, Ben's last year too. Come on, we knew if we can go into the playoffs with different feelings, I like our chances. So with all that said, I think it'll do it for this video.
Man, I must have really fucked up the end. You guys see all those guys must have really fucked up at the end here.
You guys have any predictions, final thoughts, final takes? Be sure to leave them in the comments.
Right, yeah, I think that's the end of this video. I mean, you guys heard. I was kind of spitting, man. So the biggest things, of course, that I was wrong about is the Matt Canada thing. The excited about Matt Canada. I really don't know what I expected. I guess I didn't know. Well, I knew that he was horrible, but like, I don't know. I didn't expect things to just revert back to default. I thought there was going to be actual improvements. Now, whether that's his fault, whether that's Kenny Pickett's fault, because Kenny certainly did not have 30 touchdowns. That's whatever. But it didn't happen. So that's the biggest thing I was wrong about. But I talked about the running backs and stuff. I was right about that. And then I talked about how at the end here, when we were talking about the playoffs, we need a playoff win. And so with that said, this
I'm going
part
to
right here,
caveat this. If we make the playoffs and we're not playing the fucking 0-1 Chiefs at this point, Chiefs. If we're not playing like a juggernaut, and the context isn't we squeezed our way in after being horrible, but then Mike Tomlin effect and we win the last 4 or 5 games, like
that's literally exactly what happened. And so with that happening, it makes sense we got blown out by, well, we didn't get blown out, but it makes sense we lost to the Bills. But had that not have happened, if we actually went there with some momentum and we played on this season, this is it. This Zaya doesn't know, man. He doesn't know the Bills made calls to the President of the United States and the President of the United Nations and the Space Force aliens. It was like, we need this game moved so Josh Allen can win. You know, I didn't know that was going to happen at the time. Now I know. I should have factored that in. So bold predictions before the Steelers season begins too. I will remember that. But you know, I was spitting. It just goes to show just how emotional and how drama filled the Steelers can be, but at the same time just consistent. Like consistently the most heartbreaking team, consistently the most mid team, consistently the most wow, how did they make the playoffs team of all time, especially in these 2000s eras, man. Like that's just us. We'd have 2 Super Bowls in the early 2000s, but yeah, the 2010s era, 2010s, 2020s, we were just very consistent in that. The standard is the standard. And, you know, Mike Tomlin has never had a losing season. So you can see why, like, knowing that, like, why I was so hype about us. So, yeah, but, like, this was really fun, honestly. This was way more fun to look at than I thought it was going to be. 20 minutes. I had it on, like, I think I had time and a half speed. Hopefully that wasn't too crazy for you guys. But that went by pretty fast. And, you know, it was once again, it was fun looking back on this. It was kind of cringy, too, at some points, just because, you know, I figured what I was going to say. I knew what I was going to say. And, you know, I was kind of wrong about things like Matt Canada. I really don't want to say I was wrong about Matt Canada because I literally have video evidence of me like calling out Matt Canada 3 years ago. So like, I don't want to say I was wrong about that, but I was wrong to be excited about it. I was wrong to think that, you know, maybe it would look different. So I'll take that L. It happens, but I wasn't the only one. You guys can hide, but I know you guys were excited too. So it is what it is. But yeah. I think that is going to do it for this video. If you guys got to this point, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Thank you for all the subscriptions and stuff. You know, we saw it in this video itself. I was at 130 4 months ago. You know, now we're at 400. We've been growing. So I really do appreciate it. I really thank you guys. And bold predictions before the Steelers season begins too, man. That should be a banger video. I will definitely break out the notepad again. But yeah, see you in the next video, guys. Peace out. Thank you. God, I haven't got any better outro. You know, bold prediction before the Steelers season begins too. I'll have a better outro. Big Trez.